What's up guys, TheMerryGamer here, and welcome back to another Q&A special. It's been a while since I've done it. It's actually been exactly 1 year. We did our Q&A special for the 2013, and I've got a few questions in front of me here in a Word document that I'm going to go through, and just like to say thank you all for the support this year, and thank you all for the questions. I've got some quite interesting questions this time. This time I'm going to try and not do any cuts. Last time when I did this, I did like a whole bit of like cuts and edits, and it kind of looked a bit choppy. This time I'm going to try and avoid that as much as possible. So we're going to just start down the list. A lot of the questions are from Reddit and from YouTube, so I may have missed one, I'm not sure. I hope I haven't. If I did, just post in the comment and I'll answer in the comments, because it's important that I kind of answer all the questions, I guess. So I'm just going to start off with the first one on my list, which is, I'm actually going to start off with this by saying, if I butcher your name, I am sorry. That's just like straight away, I'm sorry if I butcher your name. I am pretty bad when it comes to pronouncing names. So we'll start off with, I believe it's Laris Hoogie or something. I'm sorry with the last name, but it's Laris or Lars. No, it's not even Laris, it's Lars, I think. Lars whatever, you know who you are. He says, my Q&A question is, do you watch movies often, and what is your favorite type of movie? And he said that his favorite type is horror. I actually am quite a big movie fan, TV series fan. I get into that, like I love like Boardwalk Empire, Game of Thrones, House, you know, and then got into, what was the recent one I got into? Breaking Bad I watched a while back, and Dexter. I'm really more, I guess, TV series at the moment than I am movies, but I've always been a big movie fan and TV series fan and all that sort of stuff. But favorite type of movie? That is hard, actually. My favorite type, I'd have to say, would have to be kind of like action, adventure / like fantasy, I guess, because like I enjoy like you can put someone in front of me like Expendables or Die Hard or just like full on like Mission Impossible or something like that, and like I'll enjoy that sort of movie. But then like, you know, I enjoy like things like Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Star Trek, all that sort of stuff, and I kind of enjoy all like genres. I don't think so there's one type of genre that I dislike or hate or anything. Probably the one I don't watch the most of probably would be horrors. I don't watch too many horrors these days. I don't know why. I just feel like there's not too many good ones out there. There are the occasional ones, but there's not too many, to be honest. So thanks for that question, Lars, and I'll move on to Rad's questions. Now, Rad, your questions are quite interesting, so we'll go through all these, because you did post quite a few. So Rad's first one is, did you ever, in your long-legged life, see a long-legged sailor with a long-legged wife? Yes, I did. Moving on. The next one was, what's your favorite color? My favorite color is actually blue. I don't know, like it's blue and green. I kind of really enjoy those colors. I just always have. Even, I don't know. It's such a simple question, but like when you go through it and you kind of go like, I like blue, then I like green, then I'm like, oh, but then I like red, and that I guess I like all primary colors, I guess would be the best way to answer that one. Your next question was, would you mind terribly if I found all your enclosed chests encased in obsidian? Yes, I would dearly mind that, Rad. There's not one thing nice I can say about obsidian. I completely hate mining that stuff, especially when you have to mine it sometimes. So all I have to say is please don't, please don't encase my chests in obsidian. Your other questions were, would you mind, oh no wait, that was that one, do you have a full-scale model of the hub designed in a creative world? Yes, I actually do. I designed, it's not entirely complete, it's like 90%. So the way I designed is I designed the whole hub, and then the way I did it is, where we have the wings and the enchant rooms, I just did it for the blue side. Because I realized there's no point making them another 3 more times for green, yellow, and red, is because it's exactly the same design, just a color change, so there's no point wasting time in that matter. So I do have a full-scale design of the hub in Creative World, and yeah, I think I built that in Feb. Was it Feb? It may have been later than that. Actually, it may have been June. Yeah, I think it was June this year I built it in Creative, but I didn't actually start to build it on the server, or actually started recording that until like what? It was like November. So yeah, it's been a long process. It's been like almost a 6-month project, and it's still not finished. I'm actually gonna plan on starting the wings soon, because like that's all I need to do, and all the gardens up top. The reason why I'm had a kind of little hiatus with the hub is because we've been building it for so long, and recently I've been having a bit of a builder's block anyway on the server. I'm not sure what I want to start, so I think that might be the next thing I'm going to do, is just go back to the wings and just make it simple for me and for everyone if I just complete the entire hub. The other questions there were, do I have a full-scale model of the town hall made of Lego? I don't have it made out of Lego, which I actually kind of wish I did. It kind of would look cool in Lego. But I do have another full-scale model of the town hall in a separate creative world as well. Would I live in a house made of Lego? Hell yes, I love Lego. I loved it when I was a kid. I probably haven't touched Lego for years, but there's only one condition I would have if I was going to live in an entire house of Lego. And that would be, the problem with Lego blocks is they have those little, the little circles, like the connector bits that allow them to click all together. There's that type of block that has the smooth surface on top, and you can't stick anything else on top of that. If all the floor was the smooth surface, I'd be happy, because there's no way in hell I'd walk bare feet on those little ball connector bits on Lego, like my whole life. No way I would do that. But yes, if it had the smooth floor, I'd totally live in a Lego house. And your last question is, how much board would each Mongol hoard if the Mongol horde got bored? The answer of life is 42, so I'm going to go with that one. So that's the end of Rad's questions, and the next one is Aussie88, and he's asked is, how did you get your inspiration and design ideas for your buildings? Like just a lot of practice, or looking at other people's designs, or even real life designs? So the way I go through my process of building takes quite some time, actually. I guess, I don't want to say it's like perfectionist, it's more pedantic in a way. Like I look at a design, like the way I approach my design is I decide what I want to build first. So if it's a house, then I'll start researching houses, and that will be either the real life ones, Minecraft ones, it's just anything. So like I'll look for YouTube videos, I'll look for images, I'll just look for albums, I'll even look for world downloads sometimes, just so I can get an idea of block patterns really sometimes. I think one of the things I struggle is finding a new block pattern. Like you notice in the hub how in between each portal entrance we have like a wall, or like a diagonal wall. It's like you have a corner piece, and I have to fill that. Those I found incredibly annoying to design, because I wanted them different in each way originally, and it just became too complicated, so I had to like skim it down to an easier design. And the best way I normally do that is just start placing some blocks. I'll place the core blocks that are visible, like a back wall. Sometimes, sorry, the blocks that aren't visible, so it'll be like a back wall, and then I start filling it, and then I start trying to find a way of making an angles and just shades in a way, and it kind of just spitballs from there. And another thing that helps is actual real life designs, so actual architecture that's in cities. I use a lot of old-fashioned buildings, so like my favorite sort of buildings are more not modern. I actually do enjoy the modern stuff. I wouldn't mind doing some more modern builds in Minecraft, but it's more of the older style. So when you look at Victorian, you look at Georgian, and like even when you go back as medieval, sometimes you get those details in the wall, you get those weird nooks and crannies, windows, and all that sort of stuff. And that's what I use as inspiration. That's what I clam together to come up with some of my designs. So hopefully that kind of gives you a bit of an insight of my thought process on that, as into how I decide 100% if that's the way I'm gonna go with it is another issue, because normally I'll have one way, and then I'll have maybe another design, and I'll have like maybe 4 or 5 designs, and all of them I'll like, and I'll have to pick something. And that's normally the worst part. That's the part that takes the longest, is me trying to decide what one I'm actually going to use. They're always the worst decisions. And sometimes, like, I've done the design, I followed through with it, and then later on I've gone back into the creative world, changed it, and thought, I wonder what if it would look better this way, and I actually end up liking it the new way, but I can't be bothered changing it. So it's kind of those dilemmas that I run into sometimes. But hopefully, yeah, that answers your question, and we'll move on to the next one, which is from Pixelated HD. He asks, why did you start YouTube? What keeps you motivated? In a year's time, what are your goals in regards to YouTube? And what has been your top 3 games of all time? They're quite hard questions, especially that last one. But the reason why I started YouTube, that comes down to kind of like a personal reason. Like my backstory on the reason of drama and YouTube come in hand. I've talked about this in the past, and I kind of like this story in a way, because the way it was is that originally when I finished my A-levels, which are VCEs or literally like high school qualifications, I wanted to go into acting. I wanted to do drama. Unfortunately, in today's age and today's world, drama isn't exactly a stable career. It's very hard to make. It's like a make or break career. You can spend your whole life living paycheck to paycheck, or getting, you know, just extra roles and all that sort of stuff, or you can be that lucky prick that gets the first big shot and just becomes like a millionaire straight away. You never know, and it's too much of a gamble. That was the issue. So I decided not to follow drama, and I followed another passion of mine, which was engineering, and I've stuck with that since that decision. But after my first year of engineering, I felt like I was missing something. I was kind of, I don't know, I was like kind of like bored, but then also felt like something was missing in my life, and I wanted to get back into drama. Unfortunately, at the time, I wasn't able to join drama groups or like professional acting groups or anything like that, because the times that you'd have to do for rehearsals, learning lines and all that sort of stuff, that conflicted with uni. Like, there's no way I would be able to do uni full time, then somehow go like remember formulas, like I remember all the stuff I needed for uni, and then on top of that learn massive scripts and stuff like that. It just, I didn't want to handle that pressure, so I kind of bent towards new things, and I looked at YouTube as a possibility. And I've been a gamer my whole life. I've played ever since I can remember, from the Sega Mega Drive to the original, you know, like on Windows, what was it, like 93 or whatever, Windows 90 computers, ever since then. And it kind of has just grown as a passion from then, and I decided to combine the two passions, really, and that's kind of how it happened. Like, I remember when I was 16, 15 even, maybe a bit younger, when I remember when YouTube didn't exist, and it used to be Google Videos, and then Google bought YouTube and made Google Videos YouTube and all that sort of stuff. Back when YouTube first started, I remember I always kind of wanted to do it, but I never had either the money or the equipment to get them, or like just the equipment available to do it, because I've always been Mac as well, so that kind of always made it a bit harder, and it kind of always just fell behind. Then I eventually just forgot about it and kind of just came back. So that's kind of the reason why I started doing YouTube. What keeps me motivated? Exactly, I kind of answered the same thing, is that my passion for acting. I've enjoyed, I did acting for 7.5 years when I was in England, and that kind of comes in hand with YouTube, because I enjoy entertaining people. I enjoy, for some if I know that someone is watching my video or watching me acting and they enjoy it, they get some form of entertainment out of it, that makes me happy. I enjoy it, and it works in hand with the fact that I play games anyway, so I might as well do it, and it's practically free entertainment for anyone who watches my videos. So that's kind of like how I see it. So that answers that one. The other one, in a year's time, what are my goals in regards to YouTube? I had goals for this year, and this year hasn't been as successful as last year, actually. My first year was really good. My second year has dwindled. My channel's kind of slowed down a tiny bit. My goal that I set when I did this video last year was, I said I wanted to have 50,000 views. Wait, was it 50? I think it was 50. It was either 50, no, it might have been either 50 or 100,000 views. If it was 50, we definitely got that, but if it was 100, then we're about like 54, I think, or something like that. And my other one was I wanted to be 1,000 subscribers, and I was only 333 when that happened, and at the moment I'm 577. So we didn't even double what we had from last year, so it's been a relatively slow year, unfortunately. I've literally just got like all the numbers in front of me because I'm like reading them, because I wanted to make sure I got them right. Yeah, it was that. Yeah, that's good. Sorry about that. But yeah, so that was the goals. So unfortunately that didn't happen. There was also one other that I guess was ambitious at the time, because I was intrigued in it, but I didn't know how to do it, and that was animations. And I've talked about animations quite a lot in the past, and my plan was to have my first animation come out when this video came out, or technically on the 14th of December, which was a few days ago. The only issue is that I wasn't animator. I didn't know how to use the programs, I didn't know how to do any of that sort of stuff, so I kind of had to self-teach myself and then start animating, and then like I had some old animations that I started, and I look at some of the stuff I got now, and then I look back at it and it's kind of just like not great quality, or like my lighting's bad, my movements are kind of too robotic in a way, and it doesn't move smooth enough, so I kind of like to change them or not use them now. But as in future plans is the same goals. I want to be 1,000 minimum. I want to have 100,000 views. And I want my first animation out, but I want my first animation out by the first half of this year. I've actually got 3 that I'm working on at the moment. One of them is about halfway done. One of them is practically 90% done. It's got a few little tweaks. I'm not happy with some of the camera angles I've done, so I have to kind of re-render it. The only issue with animating is that the rendering time takes ages, so whenever I do a mistake or want to change something, I literally have to like not have a computer for a whole day, and since I work practically all the time, it's not too bad, but if I do it like on a weekend, it literally robs a whole weekend or a whole day of recording that I could possibly have. So they're my goals. That's what I'm going to try and do for next year. What was the other one again? I feel like I've been talking on this one for a while. What's your top 3 games of all time? That one's a very hard one, but obviously the first one would have to be Minecraft. The second one, it's going to be a series. I'm going to probably push these to series because it'll be easier to answer it. The Fallout series. I really enjoy the Fallout series. I've been a big fan of Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, even Fallout and Fallout 2. Fallout 2. Like even though they're really old games, they were really great. Also, the third place is kind of a tie-in between Mass Effect and Elder Scrolls. Since the second one is a Bethesda, I'll give the third one to Mass Effect. I really enjoyed the Mass Effect series, but Elder Scrolls series is definitely right up there as well. I do enjoy those, and hopefully maybe one day I can do a recorded series of them one day. So that's all of Pixelator's questions. Let's go on to Matthew Delosse, or Delos. I think it's Matthew Delosse, I think. Yeah, we'll go with that. So he says, what has been your best moment in 2014? Best moment in 2014. That is a bit tough. There's a few. I think the best moment in 2014 has just been general improvement in myself and the things I've done. So like university, I've performed incredibly well. I've gotten a new job. I've you know, it's like stuff like that. They're kind of like small things, but if I had to pick one, I don't really know. It's really hard, like to summarize like your whole year to one focal point. It's really hard. It's like accumulation of things. But yeah, definitely be those things, kind of just in performance wise. Like university is definitely my key thing. I've definitely stepped up my game this year, so I'd probably name that as my number one thing. Tylark's is the next one, and he asked, who is your favorite path builder and why? You already heard the answer to that one, Tyler. It's you, of course. I can't build paths for shit. You're like, I don't know what it is about footpaths or like just pathways in general in Minecraft. I find like when I try and do it, I don't like the random like pattern when I do it, because like I go, no, I need to fill this and this and this, and it just becomes too solid. I like it a bit spread out, kind of like how you do it. So I don't know. I'm a bit too finicky when I try and design my own pathways. What games are you looking forward to next year? There are a few, actually. I'm looking forward to Halo 5. The next Batman game I'm definitely looking forward to. There's also, what was that other one? The, it's I think it's Hardline or something. The Battlefield one, the one where it's kind of like cops and robbers sort of thing. I'm looking forward to that. And the Tom Clancy game. Them two games, them games look pretty good, actually. I wouldn't mind getting those. So they're probably the ones I'm looking forward to next year. And the other one was, and what's a general pet peeve of yours? Pet peeves? I just think probably organization. I like being organized. I like kind of keeping things like not really like clean, but just like in a particular order where I'm able to know, like with I'm trying to think of a good example. Like say, for example, like at work, like we have a big storage room. When I first was there, it was just kind of like everything chucked in the back, and it was just like you have a customer try and find something, or they want something. You search the system, and just like, okay, you have one of this item left. It's out back. Where is it? It's stuff like that, like where like today, like it's a bit more different now. Like we have it in a section, so it's like outdoor section, magic, all this sort of stuff, and it makes it a hell of a lot easier to find things. So I guess organization is probably my pet peeve of like kind of like a must-have. So like if it's kind of like unorganized, it's probably a pain in the ass. I kind of find it. So I guess that's my pet peeve in a way. Next one was Raj, and he said, do you like Top Gear UK, and what is your favourite episode? I actually do enjoy a bit of Top Gear. I haven't watched it in quite some time. Favourite episode, I think would have to be any of the ones where they go like on their like kind of like road trips, where like they do like a whole episode where they just like, I remember there's ones where they've kind of just gone to like the Amazon jungle. I think they recently went to Argentina. I know there was an issue with that. Like they go to like America road trips. They do all these road trips. Like any of those ones, they're really cool episodes. I do like them quite a lot. 1039213 says, do you eat jam and scones 24/7 because you're English, and who's your favourite Minecracker? I find it funny that that still comes up. A lot of people still, I had this conversation, I think it was on the JSN fan server with a few people a few days ago, and maybe about a week or two ago actually, and a few of them actually thought I was still English, and it's funny that it keeps on coming up. I guess a few, because since when I started my channel, I was in England, so people, I think, guess that I am English. I'm actually born and an Australian citizen that moved over to England and lived for like 8 years, then came back to Australia to do my university degree. So that kind of hopefully will fizzle that away. And yes, I am Australian, so since I'm not English, I'm personally not a fan of scones, so... or scones, depending on how you like to say it, scones or scones, that depends on what side. So yeah, I'm not a massive fan of them anyway. Who's my favourite Minecrackers? I've listed them before. I literally practically watch all their stuff. So like, you know, I'll just list like a couple off my head. So like I watch Good, Jeff, Beef, Anders, CoStar, Pause, like Adlington, what's his, Arcus, who else do I watch? You know, I watch a bit of Zista, you know, I still watch BWO, Generic B, you know, Etho, you know, I watch all those guys, so like it's a bit hard to kind of say who is like my one favourite sort of one. It's more of like, I kind of watch them all together in a way. Like I don't watch them like some of them I kind of watch every day, I guess, but like not just Minecraft stuff, just like everyday normal games that they are, like all the other Let's Plays as well. But yeah, I do kind of watch a majority of those guys. Ace is the next one, and he says, if you were to play hockey, so when he's talking about hockey, he's talking about ice hockey, I presume. He says, what position would you play? So that would be centre, wing, defence, or goalie. And would you be willing to drop the mitts and fight someone? I would probably play wing. Wing or centre. Normally, the reason why I say that is because that's normally the positions I play in other sports, like football or like soccer or stuff like that. That's normally the stuff I play. So that's the position I most likely would play, I guess, because I guess it's relatable. As into dropping the mitts for a fight someone, personally probably wouldn't want to, because they'd probably knock me the hell out. But I guess if I was playing ice hockey, I'd be professional. So, well, I guess he doesn't say, does he say professional ice hockey? No, he doesn't, he just says any hockey. Well, I'll take it from a professional sense. So if I was playing in the NHL, I presume that I would be pretty tanked and pretty fit at that moment, that I'd be confident enough that I'd be able to knock someone out myself. So I guess if I was in a game that someone pissed me off enough, I probably would drop the mitts in that moment. But personally, as in like a today's standard, hell no, I'd probably get the hell beaten out of me personally. The next one is Diavola1998. He says, do you frequently eat Tim Tam biscuits? If so, do you always do the Tim Tam slam with your tea, or do you just eat them normally? Personally, I don't actually eat that many Tim Tams. I think the last time I had a Tim Tam was 2 years ago. So, I have heard of the Tim Tam slam though, and I don't do it. It is quite fun. I think I did do it once, just for the hell of it. But, yeah, I'm not a massive Tim Tam fan, unfortunately. I'm more of a, I guess, wagon wheel or like Oreo person when it comes to biscuits. Or actually, just a traditional decadent, which is a like chocolate chip cookie, stuff like that. Like I kind of just like, I guess they're my favorite, like biscuits and stuff, and shortbreads. Actually, I really do like shortbreads, but they're only at Christmas, so I'm looking forward to that. The next one is from our new member Nexia or Mythos. He has a few here. He says, if you had a choice to live somewhere else in the world, where would it be and why? Well, I've had the opportunity to live in Australia and England, so I won't use them as an example. I think the next best place I would want to live would be America. I actually wouldn't mind living like Florida or like New York. I've been to New York before, back in 2004, 2005, and that was, I really enjoyed it. I don't know what it is about it. it's just like the kind of like the city feel, the hustle bustle, all that sort of stuff. I think would be quite cool to live in. Maybe just like for 6 months or a year would be great. But yeah, I'd probably say America would be the next one. Either that or Italy. And living in Italy, I'd be Venice, Rome, or Florence. The next one is, what is your favorite music genre? My favorite music genre would have to be alternative rock. The reason why that is, my favorite band is actually the shirt I'm wearing here, Mumford & Sons. So, and their type is alternative rock. So I'd probably say that's my favorite genre of music. Which part of the year do you like the most? Easy. Summer. I enjoy my winter and spring and that, but not a massive fan of autumn. Spring's nice. Winter's okay, only if it snows. Like the winters we have in Australia, we just get cold wind. We get like wind off the Antarctic. I think it's Antarctic, yeah. So it's kind of pain in the winter, I guess, and there's like no snow where I am. Like we're in England and we got snow. So it kind of had its positives because you got snow. Like, let's be honest, that's like the only reason why you can like winter. So yeah, I'd say summer would be my favorite time of the year. Where are we? What building design in Minecraft do you like the most and the least? Well, I kind of answered the most. I use Victorian, Georgian, and kind of like medieval sort of builds as my foreground to help me with my designs a lot. So I'd guess that would have to be my favorite sort of style of build. My least favorite would have to be just the traditional, like, I guess the traditional starter home. Like, you get a lot of those houses where it's just like the wooden box or like the dirt box or just something like that, or the mix of both, and with the random few windows and a door. And they're okay if like you're a new player and you're trying to get used to the game, but like when you're someone that's played the game for, like Minecraft for like 3 years or something, and that's still your go-to style, I look at that and I kind of just go, yeah, maybe it's just best to dig a hole in a cave and just put a door on it, because that's literally essentially what you're doing. You're literally just making a small little bunker that could literally just be underground. That's kind of like how I've always seen it. So like any of those like starter houses, they're okay for new players, but for kind of like veteran and like your average players, I kind of go, could use a bit of a pick me up in a way. The next questions, we've actually only got 3 more submissions from 3 other people, but I think some of them have multiple questions. Litho T said, if you could collab with one other YouTuber from one video, who would you choose? And he had it in brackets, besides me, obviously. So, one other YouTuber. I don't know, like, I feel like, I guess, like, if I keep it Minecraft related, there's 2 that comes to mind. The 2 would be Jeff and Good. The reason why is because I feel like Jeff, feel like we have a bit in common, just in general knowledge and kind of, I don't know, it's just something about him. Like when I listen to him talk, and just the life experiences that he has and the stories that he has, and it's just his personality, I feel like us 2 recording together would actually work quite well. The other person that I wouldn't mind working with, like recording with in YouTube-wise, with Minecraft would be Good, actually. It's something about Good. He just brings something new to the table. He has this infectious laugh. He has just a great sense of comedy and just amazing commentary with him, that doing a collab with someone like that would just be fantastic and enjoyable, and just make it, like, I don't think so you could have a boring or bad recording with Jeff or Good. I reckon both of them would be just fantastic people to record with. Outside of Minecraft, I would probably say there's someone I watch called Last Stand Gamers. I actually quite enjoy his stuff. Him and Ectosage. Them 2 are quite good. They're actually more space engineers orientated. That's where I kind of get all my space engineer stuff. Although I do watch Good and Co-Star and Milby play. I do watch them quite a lot. And I know it looks like Space Engineers is going to be the game that we play for this year's Christmas special. So I reckon recording with them would be pretty good, just like in their survival worlds, or doing just some of their random, like they do a lot of random little videos as well, and I reckon that'd be quite fun recording with them as well. The Biggest Killer, he says, when are you going to start on the wings? So I presume he's talking about the hub. So I'm actually planning on starting that soon. I think I talked about that like really close to the start of the video, actually. So they should be starting probably, I guess, early January. And he says, do you reckon any chances you becoming mayor of the... what do you reckon your chances becoming mayor of the J Center fan server? I presume they're relatively okay. Like, I don't think there's too many of us in the running, so the statistics aren't too bad in a way. But yeah, like that's actually kind of reminded me. I've completely forgot that me and Mark kind of need to sit down and talk about what we're gonna do to kind of get that off the chain and running a bit. So I'm not too sure about my chances. It's out of my hands, so I can't control it. But I reckon I got a good chance at it, and I think everyone else does as well. And the last question for this Q&A is from Mario Freak Gaming, and he says, "My Q&A question is, what was the series you least enjoyed recording, and what was the one you most enjoyed recording?" Least enjoyed probably would have to be. Well, it's weird. I enjoyed recording it. This is going back to my first year recording, actually, like in my first month of recording. My first Christmas special, although I didn't really officially claim it as a Christmas special, I guess, was Far Cry 3. And Far Cry 3 actually doesn't exist on my channel anymore. I actually deleted the playlist and the videos. At the time, I actually really enjoyed the Far Cry series itself, but the gameplay wasn't great. My audio wasn't great. It's kind of similar to my first ever Skyblock series. I still kind of have that nervous sort of approach to it. I talk kind of very, I don't know what the word, kind of very dull, I guess, in a way. I don't kind of come across entertaining in a way, so I kind of didn't, that affected the video. So I guess that's my least favorite one, because it was kind of like a ruined opportunity, and that was reflected in the views of that series. Like, I think by the time I deleted them probably about halfway through this year, and I think the most viewed video was the first one, which had like 30 views or something, but the next closest to that had like 9 or like 11 or something like that. So it was a pain, and there was like 50 or like 60 of those videos for that series. So, you know, like there's so many minutes and so many hours of that, and like overall it accumulated to as many views as probably like 2 or 3 of my Jason Fan Server videos. So you kind of look at that and it's just like, yeah, it's a bit of a waste. So that's probably my least favorite series that I've done. My most enjoyed series, that's quite hard actually, because I've enjoyed quite a lot. Like at the moment, like I'm enjoying Prison Architects. I've got Jason Fan Server going. Then you look at some of the past ones, like Batman Arkham Asylum. You have Muppet Race Mania. I probably am going to put 2. There's 2 that are on par and equal with each other, and that would have to be Muppet Race Mania and Jason Fan Server. The reason why Muppet Race Mania is there is nostalgia reasons. That is like one of my old-time favorite retro games, and that's one of the reasons why I recorded in the first place. So that definitely is up there. The other one, obviously, is Jason Fan Server, and that one's probably quite obvious. It's probably the videos I've produced the most in. I think overall, including season 1, 2, and 3, I've done near to 100. I'd have to be probably about 150 videos or more just on the Jason Fan Server, and I think I've done like 400 and something videos, so it's almost just under half my videos practically. So it's I enjoy Jason Fan Server as well, so it probably is number 1, and the Muppets is number 2. But that, I believe, yep, that does. It concludes all the questions for this episode. Well, not episode, this video in a way. And this video has gone on for a while. It's over 30 minutes long. I didn't think it would take me that long to answer all those questions. But yeah, I do like to say thank you once again for submitting all your questions. I do enjoy doing Q&As. I kind of wish I could do more of them. I kind of want to do, maybe not Q&As, but just like informal or not informal, like formal videos, like this face cam sort of videos more. I kind of quite enjoy them. So that might happen more in the future. Maybe like when I do like update videos, I might do regular update videos, kind of like this. Like I know before this video where we did the Christmas special update video, where I was talking for 5 minutes or so, I could have done a FaceTime video for that, but I didn't. I just didn't want to at the time. But I probably should do that. I probably should do like maybe like every month I should do some sort of update, kind of like summarized video for the month or something, and like kind of like progress and plans, I guess. But yeah, I do like to say thanks again for all your submissions, all your questions. If you have any more, please do put them in the comments below, or if I didn't answer it correctly, let me know, and maybe steer me towards what I was supposed to say, and I'll answer it in the comments below for you guys. But that's going to be it for this episode, guys, so thank you all for sitting down and watching this for a good 30 minutes, and I hope you all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I'll see you all in the next one. Catch you later, guys.